Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we're the Office Blokes.
Yes,
it is true. We are... What are we?
The Office Blokes.
Office Blokes looking for subscribers.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. I think we're on 180,000 now.
How many?
Can't believe it. 180. Yeah, we'd love to get to 200,000 subs. So if you aren't subscribed, do us a favour and just pop down there. Click the subscribe button and it does mean the world to us. Simple as that.
Indeed. Yeah.
Bada bing.
Easy.
Right then, every comedian's reaction to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock part 2. The reason he could call it Every Comedian is because there's going to be about 95 parts to this series. It just keeps going. Didn't we see a part 3 when we were queuing this up?
Was it?
Never going to go away,
okay.
this, is it?
No.
It's a big thing though, isn't it?
Will Smith is now in rehab and he's announced that his career is going on hold.
Are you? Of course.
I'm not even joking.
Seriously?
Yep.
I see.
Yeah. There's only a few ways out of it when people are that famous, and rehab, and he'll admit to having some sort of issue, and he's now better.
Now I've come out. I'm all right again now.
Yeah, if you make it treatment, you make it sound like an illness, and then you're a victim.
It's like it's it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. I don't know.
He's 2 of the 7 words that are not allowed to be said on TV.
George Carlin's 7 words.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Every comedian's reaction to Will Smith getting smacked. Every comedian's reaction to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, part 2. I was getting so good at reading as well.
That was excellent.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Segura.
What's up, guys?
Where are you at? New York?
I'm in New York. I'm wearing this hat because my alopecia's acting up.
Jesus. Okay, Tom. I'm happy you're joining us because I've been seeing you on the internet. Has this become a thing, huh? Is this what Will Smith did? Do you feel like was an attack on all comedians and maybe setting a precedent for what you can do, or jokes being not accepted in the right way?
Fuck that cuck. Let me tell you this, man.
All right.
The idea that your entitled ass thinks because your feelings are hurt, you get to assault one of the all-time greats because you fucking feel. And then the cowards, the spineless cowards that are in Hollywood, in comedy. We have a list going of these fucking guys. Anybody who did not stand up and say some shit for Chris Rock, we're going to ruin your fucking life. I just want you to know that.
How come? Do you feel like that was an attack on all of comedy there?
It's what it is it's a display of entitlement. It's a very powerful, very wealthy, influential star who just decided, yeah, I didn't like that. I'm going to smack you. And then gets to sit down, collect his award, get a round of applause, enjoy his night. It's insane. It's like a gross exaggeration of, you see it all the time. I mean, you see entitlement everywhere. And that was on full display for the world to see. I have fucking zero respect for that bitch, and I feel like more people need to come out and say it. It's unacceptable.
I sent you that thing, Jamie, about...
Absolutely spot on.
Yeah. I think
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
In part 1, they read out a couple of his tweets, didn't they, where he was like a lot more savage towards Jada and stuff. But it just hit the nail on the head there completely. It really has. And I think the comedy community could be quite powerful banded together.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think so.
Such a creative bunch of people.
It could make
know how to,
they're going to make it extremely uncomfortable for Will Smith, I think, going forward. It won't be forgotten in a hurry, I don't think. Look at Gillian Keeves, like how well produced that is and stuff like that. Comedians just get together and do it all themselves. That'll eventually become movies. There'll eventually be comedians doing YouTube movies that don't need Hollywood. Hopefully. I'm here for it, definitely.
the Will Smith thing that's in the Independent. I sent it to you a text message.
You showed it before the pod,
Yeah, Jimmy Dore sent this to me. It's like, what the fuck are you even saying here? It says, white outrage about Will Smith's slap is rooted in anti-blackness. It's inequality in plain sight. What?
And it's in The Guardian. It's kind of depressing.
They just get sucked into wokeness, man.
It's just kind of like...
Performative pearl clutching. Hey, no. That was violence. If you think violence is cool, you need to tell me where that line ends. Is it just slapping? Can I kick someone in the face if I don't like what they say? Like, where does that end?
You just knew that this incident that was between two guys, also they happened to both be African American. At some point, there would be articles blaming white supremacy. You're like, dude, I'm almost impressed by the leap in logic where you're going like, dude,
it's
hats
impressive.
off. Yeah, it's impressive. That you're even going for it.
Well, it took a solid 48 hours for someone to concoct that. Like, they had to sit there. You ever see that fucking, there's a meme of a woman, and there's all these like calculations in the background. She's trying to like ponder something that doesn't make sense. You seen those? That's them sitting there like trying to figure out how to put this and make it white supremacy. It's inequality in plain sight. What the fuck are you saying?
Quite possibly one of the most shocking moments in pop culture / art history. Very few things leave me absolutely speechless, but it was funny. Somebody fucking wrote to me, was going like, I told you into the fucking podcast to hear your reaction to the slap. Hollywood's made you soft. And I was like, so you turned into my podcast to listen about gossip about an award show, and I'm the fucking one that's soft? That shit brought up a lot of shit for me. Beyond being a comedian. But, I will at some point. I just didn't want to be yet another person, fucking typing in all capital letters, flipping the fuck out, screaming, yelling, and none of that's doing anything for anybody.
My name's Bert Kreischer, and I want to talk.
Interesting that I've not heard a take from Bill Burr about
it.
No,
first time I've heard that.
Yeah, maybe that's why. I mean, he's one to speak his mind, but he's also paying his mortgage by being on like Disney, making The Mandalorian and things like that. He's making waves, isn't he, in movies now? Bill Burr, he's getting roles and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think what he's saying there is he might just have more of a considered opinion about it rather than jump on the bandwagon of
he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, or he don't give a shit as well. I think he's mates with Chris Rock though. I'm fairly certain, or at least they know each other from way back when.
Yeah, he's probably working on the next material. Fucking put it right together.
Yeah.
I want everyone to just bring awareness to alopecia. This is my buddy Todorosa. Go, fucking go.
You guys are acting like you're fucking Tyson and Holyfield.
And there's people who actually have the fuck.
You see the colour, Bert Christ. It just went then. Jesus Christ.
Crimson money.
Wow.
Balls to tell me. They're like, you need to stay out of business as it isn't yours. This is my business. It's my business more than it's your fucking business. So don't you think you can actually give me a lecture on what happens on a stage?
Tom, you ever get into an uncomfortable situation like that with anybody? Because some of those corporate gigs I've heard from comedians are like the worst. So I assume these types of situations arise or no?
I mean, I've never had that in particular happen. I've had people try to stop shows. I've had people who are like, that joke is, horribly tasteless, move on. As a comedian, you just have to navigate it. Sometimes you just slam them, or you figure out a way in the situation. I've been like, if you don't like this joke, you can fucking leave, which is honestly the best philosophy, I think, for comedy. I mean, yeah, I've had people, I've been booed off stage.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it can go sideways. That's part of doing this long enough, is that you're going to have really bad fucking shows. but there's no excuse for being like, I don't like that joke, therefore I get to assault you. It's not the way it goes, man.
You can't let people just go around slapping people, and that is whether you think it's violence or not. It's violence.
It's violence.
It's violence.
It was violence that happened on TV.
Yeah.
It was violent. I think comedians should stop hosting the Oscars so they just tank, because it's the only redeemable quality about that circle jerk.
Yeah.
The only reason why anyone tunes in is to hear Ricky Gervais or whatever just bring it down to earth and have some fun with it, because otherwise we're just sitting there watching the most boring fake award show where studios pay for those awards. Did they really win? It's a matter of taste. They don't even have a comedy category. Go fuck yourself.
Some comedians, you can tell they operate on a...
Got a great point there.
It's right there about comedians hosting it. That just adds to the entertainment. But that's pretty much everything. You know, when you go to any event, any corporate event, you know, if you get some fucking guy with a spreadsheet stood up there talking, or PowerPoint fucking fucking thing going through, and you just sat there, you're going...
They used to have at my lad's school, like at Wellington, every year they'd hand out awards at the Bridgewater Hall in town. Jeez, I mean, it's like 2 hours of just people going, like, he was just reading out, in a monotone voice, what they're getting, what they get. Gee, honestly, it's the worst 2-3 hours of my life.
We used to do our awards for our football club.
Yeah.
What we used to do, we used to have a band on. We had a DJ playing, an open bar, and a buffet. So you didn't have to sit down and get served as well.
Perfect.
So buffet was on as soon as you arrived. Fucking band was playing. DJ come on, band came back on, and we give the awards out. We just go around the table and go, by the way, you won Player of the Year. You were fucking top goal scorer, and that's what it was. And we just pass them out on the table. Yeah. And there'd be no fucking clapping. And then we do a quick raffle to say an auction over there. If you want to go and raffle it, buy your tickets over there for charity, and that was it. And the night was just fucking getting pissed, dancing and enjoying ourselves.
Yeah,
absolutely how it should be.
Yeah.
There's nothing about the Oscars that says celebration.
No, it's grim. I don't watch it.
I suppose it's the after parties and it's the schmoozing and all the mingling and stuff. It's self-serving, isn't it?
It's full of fucking...
It's a bit the same as...
Weinstein's mates.
Yeah.
Golden Globes as well. The only part I've seen of it is because Ricky Gervais hosted it, and that was by far and away the best part of it. Who won the awards and stuff? No one gives a shit, does he?
No one gives a shit.
It's just he was so good on it, so funny on it.
Well, he's quite a funny comic, the guy that was just talking. He's called Yanis Pappas, and he's been doing it for years.
Oh, is he? Right.
Yeah, but he does like... He would have been doing a lot in New York when you were there, but he does a Puerto Rican drag act where it's him on stage as a Puerto Rican woman, and apparently was huge in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah,
and
I recognise his
like
face. I don't know his name. I recognise his face.
Yeah, he's quite a funny comic though.
Yeah.
Right.
of attack. And I would say the medium itself requires a certain amount of consent, like comedy. You have to go, okay, I'm coming here for a person to tell jokes. At a time where there's increasing censorship around what can be said, we're not querying what can be seen, where an act of, let's call it what it was, violence, Will Smith has admitted that himself, can be broadcast around the world, along with some quite aggressive invective, at a time that people are very concerned around what jokes are able to be said. It's interesting what is forbidden and what is allowed. Who's allowed to do what, who's allowed to say what when.
I mean, I'll just let you know, if you come on my stage, I'm not saying, we know I can't jump. I'm not saying I can fight, but I'll bite your fucking face off. You're fucked. I would disembowel you in front of your family if you come on my stage.
That's awesome.
I would tell you to get tickets, but all my shit's sold out. I make fucking
I actually sat down and had a long talk with my lovely wife last night about that. Shit took me fucking back. Took me fucking back, and I gotta say the way Chris handled that moment was fucking unbelievable, and the restraint that he showed, because he starts to go like, "Ooh, I could say," and the fact that he didn't, because it was lobbed over the net at that point for the Daryl Dawkins break the backboard slam, but. Then who knows what happens after that. And I felt he chose the show in the event over, pride and ego and all of that stuff. So, at some point, I'll sort it out. But I don't know. Whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say about the Oscars. Other than when Chris Rock comes and does a show in L.A., I'm definitely not missing that show.
That's basically giving a green light to the pimp slap. To like what Will Smith did to Chris Rock, that is not a crime to do to your wife in Russia.
Yeah. Chris Rock should have fucking hit him back.
He should have jumped on his back as soon as he turned his back like that.
That just gets filtered through an MMA brain.
100%.
You take us back.
Listen, man, here's the reality. You don't slap a man in the face and then turn your back and walk away unless you should have never slapped that man in the first place. Because you're only slapping a guy who you know can't slap you back.
That's why he slapped him, yeah.
That's the only reason why he slapped him and then turned his back and walked away. Look, if he slapped him and then stood his ground and waited for a return and was ready to go to war, that's one thing. Yeah. But when you slap a man and you turn around and go back to your seat, that is a sure sign you should not have slapped that man.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I just had this image of a movie like The Karate Kid where Chris Rock just shows up in Austin. He's like, hey, Joe, you know, trade me.
I was thinking to my friends last night, I was like, imagine if Chris Rock had just a year of solid jiu-jitsu training under his belt, and as soon as
took his back,
as soon as Will Smith turns his back, he just leaps and takes his back and just squeezes Will out before the security guards can get to him. Will Smith goes out,
wipes that smirk off Will Smith's face.
Will Smith, you are a big.
You know, the mad thing there is, I think Chris Rock would have been the one that got in trouble if he would have behaved like that.
Another good one would have just been right behind him and fucking shove him right into Jada. Just fucking throw every table tips over and everything. Just fucking flip everything.
Or he should have just held an Oscar in his hand and eyeballed Jada and just been stroking its head.
I've got his dick out and gone, come here, you.
No, whoa.
But he has pretty much taken the moral high ground, though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Chris Rock, he has come out of it looking miles better, hasn't he?
He's come out looking professional.
Well, one's got a career and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
So, that's what's happened. But yeah, I think it would have been satisfying if he jumped on him and choked him out.
That's what you wanted. You would want to see that, wouldn't you? Stick up for himself.
If I could write it, I'd say when he comes over, he slaps him, turns his back, and fucking Chris Rock just pulls out a fucking gun and just goes bam, bam, shoots 2 fucking bullets right into his ass.
Into his ass.
And then just fucking carries on presenting like nothing's happened.
Wow, it's a good job you're not hosting the Oscars.
Huge pussy cuck. I know you were defending your wife because of all other things going on, and a lot of people are like, she has alopecia. I don't even know if she does, because Hollywood people are liars, so she may or may not, because she looks smoking hot with a shaved head, okay? And the G.I. Jane joke, yeah, it wasn't the best, but hey, it was good enough. It's hard to be funny in that situ-itchy. So I don't know if Jada Pinkett Smith has alopecia weeshy. She might, or she may have just wanted to shave her head, and she said, listen, just in case the people don't like this, I'll just say I have alopecia. They're all fraud pieces of shit, okay? And the fact that Will Smith was not arrested after he got slapped is white privilege. Will Smith is white privilege. It's just what it is. And I'm telling you, if anybody thinks that it's okay to rush the stage when a comic makes a joke, it's not.
Andrew Schulz had a 3-minute bid on to open his flagrant.
Who was that guy?
That was Chris Stefano.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I didn't recognise him.
Yeah, it's probably because it's so
bit
close.
Too close. Really close, wasn't it?
Yeah, he used to do a podcast called The History Hyenas with Yanis Pappas that we showed before, and it was all talking like that, joking about white privilege and alopecia weeshy and things like that. It was proper.
Just go back a little bit to see what Tom Segura's got to say there.
Oh yes, for this. Yeah.
Comic makes a joke, it's not.
Andrew Schulz had a 3-minute bid on to open his flagrant 2 on Will Smith and Chris Rock, and it was. It was.
After the vicious attacks on Chris Rock last night, we think it's only right here at the Flagrant 2 podcast to defend the comic's honor to tell jokes. So here we go. If you didn't see the Oscars, Chris Rock got himself in a hairy situation. He shined a light on female alopecia, while Jada's head shined a light on everything else. Chris was making fun of Jada's baldy, but seriously, how is Will supposed to get turned on if she has a woman's haircut? Now, I'm not saying that he's gay.
It's got to be like
this is one of the funniest things I've heard.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. It's got to be like the 5th or 6th time I've heard this monologue.
Yeah, it's
so good.
So good at delivering it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Likes women, specifically ones that swim for Penn.
Holy shit.
All I'm saying is last night wasn't the first time Will fondled another man to make Jada happy.
Okay.
And Will's hand that struck Chris Rock was actually a metaphor for his relationship with Jada. Open when he wanted it to be closed. But let's be honest. Last night, Will Smith looked like he was from the streets of Philadelphia, and Jada looked like she was from the movie.
That's one of the most savage bits.
Just brutal, isn't he? Wow.
All that drama, Will Smith still took home an Oscar. I'm talking about the award, not a Mexican guy to fuck his wife while he walks in the corner.
You gotta chill though.
Now to clarify, Will won the Oscar for Best Actor. People were saying it was for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and no, that's not it. That Oscar goes to the plumber that unclogged Jada's shower drain. Now, I am tired of people not giving Jada enough credit. Okay, it was actually Jada that helped Will get in character for King Richard, because when she gives blowjobs, her head looks like a bouncing tennis ball. Give it up to Will, okay? Give it up to Will Smith. He is the only person to be recognized by the Motion Picture Academy and the Citizen app on the same night. And to everyone saying Will was probably under the influence, no. Okay, he doesn't drink or do drugs. This is the only time he's ever smoked a rock in his life. Now, don't feel bad for Chris Rock, okay? He was finally part of a hit white people will watch. Give Chris Rock some damn credit, okay? He took that smack like a champ. And next year, he's gonna be ready, okay? He'll have more bobs and weaves than Jada's wig collection. Now, a lot of people are saying this never happened during Oscars So White. Exactly, okay? The white Oscars are mind-numbingly boring, or as Jada would call it, a relationship with Will. So, I think we can all admit this was shocking, okay? Because if there was gonna be one chick at the Oscars with a hair loss disease that doesn't understand humor, I would assume it'd be Amy Schumer.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Will, let this be a lesson to you. If you want to keep your wife's name out of other people's mouths, make sure to keep your hands off comedians.
Look, dude, it's
I feel like I should clap it every time.
Oh man,
yeah. It's just if we ever got big enough and like really publicly embarrassed ourselves somehow, like in some weird, bizarre alternative universe, I'd block all of Andrew Schulz's account. I don't want to. Give me a couple of weeks.
I don't know. I think it'd be quite fun listening to it. Actually,
if you did something that was embarrassing like that, you wouldn't have to worry about Andrew Schulz because me and Mike will fucking hell yeah.
I know.
We'll give it a good go.
Absolutely, we will.
Milking it for views.
Absolutely.
The truth about Office Bloke Dave.
I'll be writing scripts after scripts after scripts. I just have pages of it. Just that's all I'll do for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Every reaction.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start reacting to when the cameras catch you at the football. I think.
Wild that guy is getting away with that, and I just it's just entitlement. I mean, it reminds me. I used to live in LA, and you'd be like on Beverly or Rodeo, and you see these people in like Bentleys double park or be like in a handicap zone, and then a parking enforcement person would be like, "Hey, you can't park here," and then the person in the Bentley goes, "Yeah, there's no spaces." And you're like, "Yeah, fuckface, that's what happened." Like, go find a place to park. And sometimes the person would get intimidated and be like, "Okay," and then sometimes they'd be like, "I don't give a fuck, here's your ticket." And that's what Will Smith needs. He needs a big old fucking parking ticket.
How arrogant are you to think that you deserve to go through life with no one ever saying anything that you don't agree with or like? I want people to stop saying that joke's offensive. I want them to start saying I found it offensive, because you've got to own the emotion, because that's all it is. You're just telling me how you feel about it. There's nothing intrinsically offensive about this joke.
Listen, apparently they worked it out. Like I'd read that they talked, and Will Smith made a statement, and Chris Rock even apologized. And apparently they talked backstage and worked it out, which is the best. I don't think Will Smith should go to jail. I don't think any of that stuff should happen. I don't think they should take away his Academy Award. I think he knows it was a foolish act. Everybody else knows. And I think it's one of those learning experiences for the world. It's like a teachable moment, right? Like the whole world can see that we put stars and celebrities up on pedestals, but they're just human beings. And sometimes human beings get pushed to the point where they do something irrational.
Right.
And that's what he did. He just did something totally irrational that he's completely embarrassed by.
More comedians reacted on social media through Instagram and Twitter also. Annie Ledman put up this picture of her and Rogan with the caption, "At Jada Pinkett Smith and me the night before the Oscars." Ricky Gervais tweeted, "Dear TV..."
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah, that's funny.
It took me a second. I was like, what's going on?
With the caption, "At Jada Pinkett Smith and me the night before the Oscars." Ricky Gervais tweeted, "Dear TV and film stars, why are some of you so fucking weird? You're actors, some of you great actors, so just act normal, simple." Ryan Sickler quote tweeted the Oscars tweet saying they don't condone violence of any kind and said, "You allowed it, you support it, and you gave him an award. Fuck y'all and Will Smith." Joe List weighed in saying, "I'm just now finding out there's not a G.I. Jane 2 in the works." And Brian Redband also said, "I wonder if Will Smith just opened the door to audience members attacking comics when doing crowd work," which I don't think will be the case. I think a lot of people are going to get their ass beat if they start charging the stage. A lot of comedians reacting to this, pretty crazy stuff. If you love the world of comedy, want to stay up to date on it, make sure you hit subscribe to this channel, Joke World, and also go check out our Instagram, link in bio.
It's a good channel, that, isn't it?
Yeah. You made a good point there, actually. I think at other gigs, if it's over here, certain places, I think if someone tried that, I think some of the audience would be onto them. I think they'd be dragging them off. Yep. I don't think it'd be just someone would be able to come back to the seat and just sit down and carry on.
No chance.
I think people would pile into
security comedy clubs. So
even if comedy club, if anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
in a restaurant, anywhere.
Yeah.
Just slapping your waiter because you fucking brought the wrong food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that shit food is more of an insult than a joke.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Something you're offended by.
Yeah.
You go and slap someone because you don't fucking agree with it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's like Ricky Gervais said, someone might be offended, but it doesn't mean it's offensive. It's not actually offensive. It might be offensive to a single person, but it might not be offensive to anyone else.
Yeah.
It's like a personal thing. So if you are, just leave it and just don't listen to it or whatever. But I don't know.
Just stop taking yourself so seriously. I think that's the thing with Hollywood, isn't it? They all take themselves so seriously.
Segura hit the nail on the head there again when he said about parking. You know, and it's privilege.
Yeah, of course.
It's fucking because who they are. You've got that thing. Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Go and fuck yourself, mate.
You get a lot of footballers like that, don't you? You always see it in the papers where they're parking disabled or something like that. You think, come on.
Where we used to live around here, it's fucking all the time on double yellow lines, parked up, whatever the fuck they want, half on the curb, I don't know. They always, there's a ticket on always, but it's not enough.
It's nothing to them, is it? That's why the fine isn't anything to them, so they know they're going to pay it. They're just not asked, do they? Have it towed away, make it inconvenient for them.
Exactly.
It's people who do it. The one that affects me is the parent and child parking. When you see that's full and I've got the kids in the car, and it's like the whole point is that's safe for me to park. There's bigger space for the doors. It's closer to the door. You got little kids running around the car park. Nah,
fuck off, Karen. How do you know them cars are not with parents and kids as well?
Because there's no kids seats in there.
Don't have to have kids seats. Doesn't say infant. It just says parent and child. I could go there with my 18-year-old son. Fucking still allowed to park there.
That's stretching it a bit. I mean, what's it go up to, child, though, when you're in parking spaces?
To be fair, someone's home with a skateboard.
If you've got a skateboard, you're allowed to park there.
The examples I'm thinking of are more when it's a young lad usually chucking his McDonald's out the window.
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
He's got his girlfriend in the car, and he's just like, I don't give a fuck, me. I'm going to park there.
I saw it more as parents who've got kids where you got to get prams out, things like
correct.
that. Yeah, absolutely spot on.
That's what it's for, because you need to be able to open the doors fully. Whereas normal spaces, you open the door like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, it's good that. Enjoyed it.
Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers. Guys.